the magic of the championship scramble. Mitarai immediately steals Pekko's title while she bathes in the river. Currently, Mitarai's holding on to the championship. If he can hold on to it until the end of the game, win or lose, he would be the champion. Of the Zenith Toonlink, Dave Anomaly, the Anomalacars. Few know me as the man who's ready for a scrambling good time. But to most in the United States, Dave, welcome back to preseason. Still preseason, technically. Next week, we know what's going to happen, Agent of Chaos. But this week, we're ending off with a little Danganronpa indie. Danganronpa Hunger Games, and let me tell you, we haven't done Danganronpa in a long time where I open up the big old database of the Hunger Games, and I'm like, you know what? RNG, number generator, roll through, give me some selections, and that's exactly what we did. We got 8 from Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa V3, Danganronpa 3, and Ultra Despair Girls, and then we have, which has grown over the years, the miscellaneous section, which includes some of the kind of random and you know what, very fitting for Danganronpa, random entries from the series. First and foremost, let's introduce everyone who got drawn today. We got Makoto, Togami, Hifumi, Taka, Kyoko, Leon, freaking Sayaka, and Toko from Danganronpa 1. Danganronpa 2 sees our champion, oh my champion, Pekka, Hajime, Chiaki, Fuiko, Ibuki, Kazuichi, Mahiru, and Izuru. From Danganronpa B3, we see Shuichi, Himiko, Rantaro, Gonta, Kokichi, Kaita, Samugi, and Kibo from Ultra Despair. Oh, wait for it. Oh, wait just a second longer. Girls! We got Komaru Jotaro. Tag Team Champion Jotaro, actually. Monica, Kotoko, Nagisa, Hiroko, Taichi, and Yuta. And from l'anime, we picked up on Chisa, Daisaku, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Ruruka, Mitarai, and Izuyoi, and lastly, the very chaotic miscellaneous group. It is those who were listed as miscellaneous on the database. And they include Team Danganronpa employee number 341, Samugi. Haven't seen her since that one episode, but somehow, someway, Danganronpa brought her back the outside world from the very first episode. And I believe one other time they popped up. The 4 Dark Devas, and in fact, these are actually the 4 Dapper Devas of Destruction. So let me fix that for you. They're the 4 Dapper Devas of Destruction, never forget them. Ball Monokuma's in there, and Ball Monokuma is here today. Robot Justice, Trees, Mr. Kyoko's dad, and Kiyondo. Wrap up our very random miscellaneous group, and make your comments. Because while you make those comments, actually, first, second, and third, and which team, I guess, are you rooting for? Let me introduce to you this season's gimmick. Like last season, we will have the Age of Chaos. When Chaos reigns, it'll go back to the 5%. That's gonna stay, because I think last season it helped us see some of the brightest moments. We saw Kaito winning the title. Kotoko taking the title as well. We had some bright moments when Chaos reigned. That being said, this time around, in Ordeal action, this season, it's not just Chaos reigning, no. If Chaos reigns in Ordeal, it's not just a regular match, it's a championship scramble match. What does that entail? Well, it doesn't mean winning the match wins you the title. It means ending the match with the title wins you the title. Winning the match still gets you to the finale, but you have to end the match with the championship, and it's harder and easier than you think it might be. If you're the last person left, we can still go on and try and take the title from the dead body of someone who's remaining, but if you die before that happens, the person who's dead who's got that title, they're keeping it. And you'll see it. You'll see what's about to unfold, so let me know. Let me know first, second, and third. I'm gonna make my picks right here, right now. Give me Championship Scramble. And this is just a test run. I did some test running. It's not 100% complete, but it's about 70% complete. There's a couple more things that I've been thinking about that I'm gonna add, but I wanted to get this out real quick. For first, give me Toko. Toko, Gold has eluded Toko for far too long. Give me Toko for first. For second, give me Shuichi, who's had such a rough time all the time. Give me Shuichi for second. Honestly, he might get the underdog perk soon. He might get the underdog perk. And lastly, Daisaku. Actually, no. Give me Ball Monokuma. Give me freaking Ball Monokuma. Those are my picks. But most importantly, our top two who are not already in that premiere will go on to that premiere. Here's the... it always falls somewhere and I'm like, oh, I'll find it when the episode starts, and then I never find it. However, I do believe it's time, and I do believe this camera is slightly off kilter. Whoa! There we go. Hey, how you doing? Now that we are a little bit more on kilter, I do believe it's time to start this bad boy. See what Championship Scramble has in store for us. Are you ready? Let's find out. 48 I believe? 48 people? Are there 6 teams or 7 teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 48 competitors. One goal: to end the game as champion. Not to win the game specifically, but to end the game as champion. That is a championship scramble. Let's see if it unfolds. Let's see what happens as we start round 1. The horns. Oh, and immediately! Horn bearers! Sound the horns! Thank you, horn bearers. You do your due diligence. I do believe it is fantastic that you have done such a thing. Shall we? The magic of the championship scramble. Mitarai immediately steals Pekko's title while she bathes in the river. Currently, Mitarai's holding on to the championship. If he can hold on to it until the end of the game, win or lose, he would be the champion. It's a little chaotic in these rules, but we'll see what unfolds. Safumi's found a table. Hopefully no one goes through it. The outside world is on the verge of snapping. Yeah, that sounds about right for society. Hiroko murders Shuichi in front of Kaito. Kaito rushes to help, but Shuichi dies in his arms. Oh gosh! That probably actually hurt Kaito. Taichi can't help but admire his own genius mind team. Danganronpa employee number 341 Samugi falls flat on her face. Izue can't take his eyes off of Haruka. Oh, cute. Azuru attacks Ball Monokuma from behind and eviscerates him. The audience isn't gonna like that. The outside world isn't gonna like that, Azuru. Fuyuko finds the arena climate change remote. Oh boy, oh boy. Monica is looking out only for herself. Ibuki's found a table. Hopefully no one goes through it. Kokichi and Samugi get into an argument over who should be in charge. Daisaku does his best to avoid Tengen. Freaking Saiki uses a mysterious gas to knock out Fuyuko in the outside world in order to put death collars on them. Yuta gives Nagisa the various things that he's found. Nagisa builds stuff out of it. It's soothing watching Nagisa make neat contraptions from those scraps. Kiba can no longer stay still and let his friends die. He's feeling heroic. Pekko knocks out Yuta in a fistfight, puts a death collar on him. Hajime attacks the 4 Dapper Divas of Destruction and Team Danganronpa employee number 341 Samugi from behind, taking the bow. Not Hajime, you fiend! Gonta remembers Shuichi and sobs quietly. Same. Kazuichi formally invites... I jinxed hard this episode. What else is new? Kazuichi formally invites Mr. Kyoko's dad to join his harem. Good job, Mr. Kyoko's dad respectfully declines, even though there's no real beef right now between me and Kazuichi. That's been settled at AV Mania. He was the... He was the better man, even though he cheated. Kotoko does something really cute. Himiko puts a duck on Monaco while she's asleep. Kyondo sizes his muscles. Kizakura has been hot on Nagisa's trail for days now. Nagisa thinks that he's gotten away, but Kizakura has finally deduced that location, delivered the final blow. Kyoko spots something shiny in the distance. Makoto finds a dapper suit, puts it on, it's quite fetching. Chisa thanks to Daisaku for being there for her. Samugi finds a handgun, just enough bullets to prove to be useful. Juzo attempts to kill Kokichi, but Rantaro intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Rantaro dies in the attempt. Mahiru is going to take advantage of this heat and opens a lemonade stand. Well, it's not going to be hot for too much longer. Mahiru, not going to be hot for too much longer. Because the fall is about to invade the arena. Kaito, unless the arena climate change remote has anything to say about it, starts sobbing uncontrollably. Trees stare into the distance. Ruka doesn't care much for this place. Toko tries to kill Kazuichi, but Kazuichi retaliates and kills her instead. The Archons see great potential in Taka and grant him an animo vision, but Komaru duels it out with Kyondo, and Kyondo bites the dust. Chiaki doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Robot Justice and Trees manage to sneak attack Chisa. Tengen sees Future Size as a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. Oh, dope. Leon just found a water gun. That trick out Super Soaker is bound to cause some chaos. Togami feels protected by his wealth, and Jotaro lays his title belt on the ground, grabs Fuyuko no headlock, driving his skull into the hard metal, taking him out of this competition. 10 gone, 38 remain, and currently our champion would be Mitarai. Will that last? Even I'm unsure, but I do know for certain that it's declared a Loon 4. Shuichi, Ball Monokuma, the 4 Dapper Devas of Destruction. Team Danganronpa employee number 341, Samugi. Nagisa, Rantaro, Toko, Kyondo, Chisa, Fuyuhiko. Can Mitarai somehow pull off the heist of the century, or will someone snatch the title from his very hands? 38 competitors left. 1 championship on the line. And we gotta proceed to see what unfolds, shall we? Let's do it. Let's click next round and we see. Ooh, oh, she took it back! Oh, she took it back! Okay. Robot Justice plucks a tree from the ground. That man is big and he's strong. Fumi sets up a table before grabbing Kokichi in a headlock. Fumi then RKOs Kokichi through a table. Goodness gracious, Tokos. Lifeless body decays peacefully. Hajime eats something he shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Taka pierces a spear of air around Robot Justice and Yuta, keeping it there long enough to suffocate them both from within. Oh my gosh. Does Robot Justice even need to breathe? Ibuki sets up her table before grabbing Komaru by the throat, then chokeslams Komaru through the table. Goodness gracious! Mitarai uses that title belt that he's just gotten and hits Chiaki from behind, dazes her. Jotaro sneaks up behind Kyoko, but Kyoko is known that she's been followed for ages, able to counterattack and kill Jotaro. Kizakura picks up Nin Kulang in various places, but Peko did not appreciate Mitarai stealing the title from her, and she takes her title right back. Trees can't wait to kill again. Togami doesn't understand why Kyoko searches for junk when Togami can simply buy it. Chiaki snaps out of it. Daisaku somehow finds a suit of medieval armor, puts it on, he gleams it with a dazzling shine in an act of betrayal. Juzo and Tengen team up and eliminate Mitarai. Oh my gosh. Y'all some nasties. Monica hates the way that the death color feels on her skin. Makoto wishes he could go home. Ruka and Juzo conspire against Daisaku to protect Gonta. Kibo jumps the outside world and swiftly kills him. How delightful. Kaito puts a death on Kazuichi while he's asleep. Taichi's thinking the plan to get out of here. Mr. Kyoko's dad has found a table. Hopefully no one goes through it. Oh no. Mahiru's found a dimensional site. So we've got tables, we've got sides, everything is going according to plan. Tengen has made some mistakes as a leader. Yeah. Really, Tengen? Really, you made some mistakes. Big mistakes, my guy. Leon fails to grasp the gravity situation. Samugi fires her gun at Tengen but misses. Kotoko follows some sparkles. She's got a magic wand in her hands. Kazuichi tries to kill Daisaku, but the knight's armor diverts the blow. Azuru won't die like the others. Hiroko attempts to kill Ibuki, but Chiaki intervenes just in time. Chiaki had to take out Momo to protect Ibuki's life. Himiko's now mad. Freaking Sayaka's got a fishing rod. Gonta's got a table, and Izuoi still can't take his eyes off of Haruka. Another 9 are gone. 29 remain, and now our champion has her title back. I don't know what's about to unfold, but I do know with some certainty that it's a Claire de Lune 4. Kokichi, Hajime, Robot Justice, Yuta, Komaru, Jotaro, Mitarai, The Outside World, Hiroko. Well, there it is. 29 remain. Truly unfortunate. But you know what's less unfortunate? Peko immediately had her title robbed from her, and now she takes it back. Poor Mitarai, though. But you know what? He's still an underdog. We might see him come back in this competition. But the only way to see if that happens is to proceed. Will Peko be able to hold on to the title? Or will someone else take it from her? Let's find out. Next round, we see. Taka has a horrible feeling for what he did. Freaking Sayaka casts a rod in the river, pulls out a boot, not even a pair. Izugoi knocks out Gonta in a fist fight. Puts a death call on him. Chiaki wants to protect Mahiru. Same. Taichi wanted to teach her build a machine that makes Yakiniku. Ibuki feels like jamming out. The music in her guides her to my soundboard. Wait. Wait, I need that. Ibuki. Please. Ruka seems unshaken by any of this Tengen. Was lost in his thoughts. The next thing he knows, he has a wish ring. Hopefully he'll be responsible with it now. Last round, he betrayed his own team and got rid of Mitarai. I doubt he's responsible at all. Makoto looks amazing in his dapper suit. Hifumi admires Taka's leadership. Kyoko sobs quietly. Kotoko calls down arcane fury brimming in her veins, and from the ground beneath her protrudes an ancient scepter. The master of the dark arts is at full power. The Archons see great potential in Monica, grant her a pyro vision. Kibo patrols diligently, ready to defend those that he loves. Tsumugi aims her handgun in the distance. Leon is chasing Chiaki, but Chiaki is just too fast. Leon takes out his water gun and shoots a Ibuki? Resting in a tree, startled, soaked, it fell right on Chiaki, taking them both out, and Izuru gets cocky and ends up dying from a stupid mistake. This happens a lot to you too, Izuru. Kaito just wants it to end already. Freaking Sayaka buys a cup of lemonade from Mahiru's stand. Freaking Sayaka seizes up and begins foaming at the mouth, falling, unmoving. I guess it was poison. Good on you, Mahiru. That's why we need to protect her. Mischief of Rats runs up to Gonta, who embraces them wholeheartedly. He's just got arms full of rats. And so does Kazuichi, apparently, because more of them show up, and Kazuichi feeds all of them. He's got rats as well. Mr. Kyoko's dad waves at Himiko, but Himiko chases him while shaking her fist. Trees set down a trap. Juzo walks into a very strange machine. He's got ghost powers. Mr. Kyoko's dad gets caught in one of Tree's traps. I like to imagine Trees just kind of set a trap on themselves. Togami's ready for target practice. Daisaku stands proudly in his knight's armor. Peko murders Daisaku in front of Juzo. Juzo rushes to help, but he's half ghost. Kizakura ambushes, chops down, and chops them to bits. The Trees, they're out of this one. Yeah, I hate to see that. The people didn't want to see that, but the people have to see it. Our champion took out Daisaku, but Kizakura took out Trees, and I don't know if that's forgivable. It probably is. For right now, it's a Claire de Lune, though. 4. Chiaki, Ibuki, Izuru, freaking Sayaka, Daisaku, Trees. Just when y'all forget about Trees, they come back. They make it not a tragic, a tremendous comeback. However, we still have 23 left. We could check who's left, but we already know who's left, and we know who's still champion. Peko has held on to that championship so near and dear. She let it escape for just a moment, and then she said, I need it back. And so Peko's developed a need for that title. What will come of that? I'm interested to see, and I think we're about to find out. Let's proceed. Will she hold on to it until the very end? Will she come out on top of this one? Will she prove that this scramble thing, it don't mean a thing? Because Peko's got this, and she's in the house. Let's proceed. Let's click next round, and we will see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Monica and Taichi sleep in their camp for the night. Kibo used the power of pyro to set their camp ablaze, burning them both. Tsumugi finds herself face-to-face with Tengen, shoots him dead with her gun. And then Togami duels it out with Tsumugi, guns drawn as well. She fires a shot. Togami's dead as well. Goodness gracious, Samugi's sharpshooting out here. Hifumi finds some leather scraps. He's got caveman gear. Juzo steals Pekko's title while she sleeps. Kazuichi commands his rats to ambush and bite Hifumi and Kizakura to death. Kotoko draws a demon summoning circle on the ground, for fun. She does that a lot, and her demons have helped her in the past. Mahiru feels sorry for Mr. Kyoko's dad, frees him from the tree trap. Taka creates an air current, allowing Kyoko and himself to glide safely across the cliffs. Oh, teamwork. Danganronpa 1. Trigger Happy Havoc teamwork there. Ruka finds a lovely bikini, puts on, it's quite revealing. Mr. Kyoko's dad looks at the tree and sees a mistletoe hanging above. He's like, is this also a trap? Is this also a trap? Kaito snaps out of it. Taka tries to kill Gonta, but Gonta's rats chase him off. Leon and Taka, their fingers touch by accident, will blush just a little bit. An alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon Makoto's wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's an ordinary kid. He's Makoto 10. Izuyoi gets distracted, staring at Ruruka's bikini. Kaito just snapped out of it and he was like, when I was still a little dazed, when I was still shell-shocked, you were still staring at her, right? Goodness gracious. The outside world's lifeless body rises Magus. Himiko uses the mysterious gas to knock out Taka and Mahiru. We have a lot of death collars. In order to put death collars on them, Pekka recalls something about Azuru, sobs quietly. To protect Gonta again, Kibo jumps Izio and simply, oh my gosh. The silent protector. Kibo. I love it. Kyoko has been hot on Samugi's trail for days now. Samugi thinks she's gotten away, but Kyoko's deduced her location and delivered the final blow. We lost another 8. It's our final 15, and possibly the last Claire de Lune of the episode 4. Monica, Taichi, Tengen, Togami, Hifumi, Kizakura, Izuyoi, Samugi. 15 left. 15 and one champion still stands tall, and she's still holding. No, she's not holding on to it anymore, actually. Juzo's currently he's currently holding on to that title. Half ghost with a title in hand. Will it phase out of, will it slip through his fingertips? Or will he be able to hold on to it until the end? I don't know. That was glorious. Accidentally, but we just gotta proceed. We gotta proceed to find out. Are you ready? Let's do it. Next round, 5 more into your saving grace picks, and it starts with... Oh my! The pile of flesh that used to be Mitarai decomposes silently. Juzo knocks out Makoto in a fist fight, puts a death collar on him. Leon fills his water gun with steak sauce? Leon then soaks Ruruka, attracting wild komodos who make a feast out of her. Mr. Kyoko's dad hangs a mistletoe in a tree and waits beneath it. Kyoko, can't handle stress after losing a teammate, has become more cowardly. Kibo puts a death collar on Kotoko, which forces the majority vote. And big ol' yikes, because they didn't vote well at all. Mahiru, Makoto, Gonta, Kotoko, Taka, and Kazuichi are all forced to play that majority game. Gonta received the most votes, but he was the keymaster, a role that Kibo could not even protect him from. Everyone suffered a gruesome demise. Sad. Very sad. As Pekko tells Himiko to have a nice day, Himiko screams, "Don't tell me what to do," and takes out our champ in a fit of rage. Kaito's still around, finding something shiny in the distance. But for right now, it's the last, probably, potentially the last Claire de Lune of the episode 4. Ruka, Mahiru, Makoto, Gonta, Kotoko, Taka, Kazuichi, Pekko. Outside of revivals, we are down to just 7. A lucky 7, and one person is your champion. One person still holds onto that title, and that man is Juzo. Where's Juzo? Right there, champion currently. How long will that last? I don't know. But if your picks are, doing as well as mine are, so not well. You might need some new picks. And we're within your final 10, so I'll let you have some. And I'll call them your, saving grace picks. As we go on, Kyoko and Leon, holding on strong for Danganronpa 1. What will unfold? We'll have to wait and see. Danganronpa 2 is completely out. They're out of this one. For a group that normally dominates, Danganronpa 2 out of this one outside of revivals. You never count out revivals. Ultra Despair Girls also out of this one, but Future Side still sees holding on to that title, Juzo. Still holding on to that title, Juzo. He's shell-shocked, he's half ghost. Will Juzo be able to win this one? We'll have to wait and see. From Danganronpa V3, it's the Year of the Mage. It is the Year of the Mage. She's still around. Wants to do it again. Wants to win preseason again. Last preseason, I believe, she won back-to-back. She wants to do it one more time. Kibo's still around. The defender of Gonta. Could not defend him in the majority game. Was not there. Did not find a collar. Could not meet him there. Could not save him. However, lastly, we got Jin Kirigiri. With a table still. Don't forget about Jin. Don't forget about Mr. Kyoko's dad. Do not. Both Kirigiris in this game right now, however, those are your potential saving grace picks. Let me know who you got. Wait, Kaito's already also in the... I think I skipped Kaito. Yeah, Kaito's in too. Don't forget about Kaito. He's still hanging out. He's just vibing. Make your picks. First, second, and third. I'm going to make mine right here, right now. I got to go for Kiba. First ever World Pancake Champion. I think he's not only winning this game, also let me know who you think is walking out with the title today. Because those are two different things. Two different things. I got Kibo for first, I got Juzo for second, and I got Leon for third. However, I don't think any of them are going to walk out with the title. I think Himiko is going to take the title from Juzo. She's going to perish, not even finish in the top three, but nobody's going to be able to find those titles before it's all said and done. Give me Himiko. That's what I got. That is where I stand. I think she's taking the title, but for first, second, third, Kibo, Juzo, Leon. Those are my picks. You've made yours in the comments. Yeah, I know you have. It's what you do. It is what you're supposed to do. Also liking and subscribing because that's important. It always helps. However, these 7 are all still standing tall. Trying to find Juzo, locate him, and snatch that title from him. They're so determined. As Juzo is determined to keep the title. And that determination, it burns brightly. The same determination as that of a samurai woman. It is your final 7. Let's see how this unfolds. Next round, anything could go down. Honestly, we could lose a lot more. And we lose just 2. Kyoko doesn't really want to, but finds herself having to get rid of Kaito. Leon has a horrible feeling in his gut. Kibo patrols diligently, ready to defend those that he loves. Himiko grumbles angrily. Juzo sobs quietly, and I've had enough of these mistletoe shenanigans. Get out of here, Jin. Get out of here. Ejected from the game brings us immediately down to your final 5. Kyoko, Leon, Kibo, Himiko, and holding on to that title still, Juzo. Will anyone snatch it from him? We'll have to wait and see. But for right now, it's just terrible turnabout for Kaito, Mr. Kyoko's dad. And as I look at my list here, I don't know if any of these people are in that premiere. Leon's definitely not. Kibo is not. Kyoko is not. Himiko is not. And neither is Juzo. So it's whichever 2 finish in that top 2 outside of any random revivals, because that's always on the board. That is always on the board. I think it's time we find out what unfolds. It's time we find out what happens. Because Kyoko, Leon, Kibo, Himiko, and Juzo are all caught in our final 5. A moment worth remembering. A moment that we like to call a crisis of fate. Let's do it. It's your final 5. Who will walk out with a title? And who will win the game? Oh my. In the final moments, Kibo steals the title while Juzo sleeps. Kyoko's got that official decree from tag team partner from last season. Will she dare hang it up? Uh-oh. Juzo snaps out of it. He snapped out of it and the title is gone. Goodness gracious. Himiko realizes that this anger is unwarranted and calms down. Leon refills his water gun in the river and we go on. And Kibo uses a mysterious gas to knock out Juzo and Kyoko in order to put Death Collars on them. Juzo shoots blast of energy from his hands at Leon. Leon's able to dodge the blows, narrowly escapes. Goodness gracious. Himiko sees great potential. The Archon sees great potential in Himiko. Grant her an Animo Vision. Leon doesn't prepare for any of this, and Kyoko hangs up that notice immediately. The Vision Hunt decree has commenced. And Kyoko has no vision, but the violence stirs something deeper than her, and Animo Vision is now on her side. Himiko and Kiba are like, we're not taking any, no thanks, none of that, we don't want any of that. This isn't gonna last more than a round anyway, literally. Juzo now has a samurai sword, and Leon has developed Geo. And Kibo's still not only heroic, but our champion as we go on to the, oh boy! As we go into the next round, Juzo shoots blast of energy from his hands at Leon. Leon is unable to survive the blow. Kyoko uses a gust of wind to blast Juzo off of a cliff, and to protect Himiko, Kibo the Protector jumps Kyoko, slams her head with a powerful blow, as Himiko wishes she could go home, where she will be going on to that big ol' premiere. Without further ado, Himiko and Kibo, they win this game. And I bet you're wondering, why didn't you switch it to the Who yet? Because after this terrible turnabout for Leon, Juzo, Kyoko. Technically, Kibo is our champion right now. Currently, he would be our champion, but Himiko still technically stands in the way. Himiko still technically stands in the way. This technically doesn't end until the last person who's alive has the championship, or until everyone is gone. And that is the chaos that lies in the championship scramble, so technically, I would be asking you, who will it be? Between Himiko and Kibo. This is where things get interesting with championship scramble rules. Because if the person who's left is the only person left and they don't have the title, we still click next round because they still have an opportunity to pry it from someone's cold dead hands. That is the big play for the championship scramble. But for right now, Kibo actually has the title, which I didn't expect. That has not happened. The person who's alive still having the title. That has not happened in my runs of this, so this is actually kind of surprising to me. Between Himiko and Kibo, we'll click next round. We'll see what would have unfolded. Himiko finds a table and Kibo scans the area for enemies lurking about. And here's what happens. Kibo scans the area again. Himiko sets up her table, grabbing Kibo in a headlock. Himiko then slams Kibo through a table. Kibo would have perished. Himiko would have finished first, but she would not be the champion. Himiko would be standing there, looking out, hoping to take the title from Kibo before she perishes. We would click next round, and Himiko's just standing there. And then Himiko steals the title from Kibo from their rotting corpse, and then officially, Himiko would walk out as champion. And this is where we would say, your results, your winner. Representing Danganronpa V3, there was a chance that she still perished and Kiba would walk out with the title, but in the final sprint, she was able to stumble upon Kibo, snatch the title from his malfunctioning body, and stands proudly as champion. If this weren't just a scrimmage, Himiko wins. And that's what could happen in Championship Scramble Rules. Even at this point, someone could have gotten brought back to life. Championship Scramble, it lets us explore what happens when there's just one person left. It lets us click next round a little bit more. It lets us play with that RNG a little bit more, seeing what happens. There's also that slim chance that she perished, and I think an unknown god, maybe that same turn would have been like, I think it would need one more turn, but an unknown god would have been like, huh, everyone's gone. Everyone revives. I don't think that can happen on the same round that she perished, but I think it might. We'll see. We'll see about that. But for right now, that's the gist of Championship Scramble. Either Kibo or Himiko at that final 2 could have walked out with it. If Himiko perished before taking the title from Kibo's rotting corpse, which I have definitely seen before in my simulations, Kibo would still walk out as champion, but Himiko would win the game. And that's where things get a little nutty. That's where things get a little crazy. But you'll love to see that. Congratulations to you, Kibo. Championship Scramble Rules and Orteal this season. So I'm hoping, I don't know what the champions would hope for. It might be easier to retain with a Championship Scramble rule. But it's also, you know, just as easy to lose it. We saw Peko get her title back, but all of a sudden, things happen. She got it taken by Juzo, then the title was in Kibo's hands, and he kept it until the end, and then he perished. And then Himiko took him out, and then she took the title from his body, stands proudly, the sole survivor with the championship, walks with the win and the title. We'll see. We'll see what happens this season. Makes for some interesting things that could go on. Kiba, 5 KOs though. Kyoko had 4, Kazuichi with 3. Juzo, it's also Year of the Mage. Never forget, if this weren't just a scrimmage, Himiko would be your champion. She would. And I think that's just her reminding you guys what year this is. What year it is. It's not the year of the Zenith, it's the year of the Mage, baby. Tsumugi had 2. Hajime had 2. Azuru with 1. Kizukura with 2. Himiko with 2. Everyone else with 1 or less. That's Championship Scramble Rules. That's Orteal this season. And I guess there's a chance that Orteal, we just don't get Chaos Reigning at all in Orteal. And should that happen, and I think that's the caveat that I will add. If no championship is defended this season under Championship Scramble Rules, every finale will be defended in Championship Scramble Rules. It's gotta happen at least once. If it doesn't happen at least once, everyone Orteal Championship Scramble Rules. Alright, that's all she wrote. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time. Until Agent of Chaos matches. Thursday, Friday, and next Sunday. Stay classy. You're the Zenith. What? It's this week. This week, I'm out of town next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is correct. It won't affect the upload schedule because I'll just record everything super duper early. But get excited. Agent of Chaos action coming up. Championship Scramble. You guys know the gimmick this time. You guys know it. It messes with the fabric of championship title defenses at its core at Orteal. We'll see what unfolds. Until then. Oh, it also, you know, affects tag teams too. Your partner has to walk out with the title. Not both of them, just one of them. As long as they hold on to one of those titles and they're the last person standing, but that does come down to a little tricky what happens if the titles get split. What happens in that point? Then we just go back to the team setup and you'll see what happens. You'll see. I concur. You will see what unfolds. Until then, toodaloo, flight crew. Thanks for watching.